Hello everyone, welcome to Chemicals Academy. So let's see some other previous year questions of scientific officer. First question, sum of squares of dimensions of irreducible representation of a group will be equal to order, character, square, none of these. So for example, let's take C2V point group. C2V point group. So in C2V point group, I will write only one irreducible representation. So the symmetry elements are E. E means identity, then C2 rotation, then sigma V and a sigma V dash plane. So these are the symmetry elements. And for first, so let's say A1, then the irreducible representation characters are 1, 1, 1 and 1. So this is the A1 irreducible representation of C2V point group and the dimensions are 1, 1, 1 and 1. So the question is sum of squares of dimensions of irreducible representation. So sum of squares of, so 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square is equal to 1 plus then 4. So we will get 4. So it is either order, character, square or none of these. So 4. For C2V point group, the order of the group is 4 and the classes, number of classes is also 4. So the classes and order will vary according to group. Say for C2V it is 4, both is 4. So here the squares of dimensions of irreducible representation, sum of squares of dimensions of irreducible representation will give 4, that is order. So the correct answer is order. Now second question, the stable end product of uranium series is bismuth 209, lead 206, lead 207, lead 209. So what is uranium series? Uranium series is a radioactive decay in which the chain consists of unstable heavy atomic nuclei that decay through sequence of alpha and beta decay until a stable nucleus is achieved. So it's just a decay, radioactive decay. Uranium series is a radioactive decay where heavy nuclei will split into stable nuclei. So we want a stable nuclei. So the question is, which of the following is the stable end product of uranium series? So in uranium series, the end product is always lead 206. So in option B, 82 lead 206 is the stable end product of uranium series. Now third question, inter-system crossing is essential for phosphorescence, fluorescence, photosensitization and chemiluminescence. So for phosphorescence and fluorescence, there is a diagram, the singlet state, the ground state S0 and the singlet excited state, that is S1, and a triplet state is there, T1. So these are singlet and triplet states. Now if a light is absorbed, then here absorbed, and it can be excited to triplet state. First it is excited to singlet, then it can go to triplet state also. When a atom or a electron is transferred to triplet state, it is called the inter-system crossing, ISC. When it is transferred to the singlet state, then it is IC. So for ISC, inter-system crossing is essential for phosphorescence. Phosphorescence is a slow process where fluorescence is a fast process. So phosphorescence store absorbed light and fluorescence emit immediate or light. So fluorescence is an immediate process, and phosphorescence is a slow process. So in phosphorescence, inter-system crossing is occurring. Now fourth question, the lowest lattice energy among the following crystal is NaCl, KCl, RbCl and cesium chloride. So lattice energy, what is lattice energy? The energy required to form required for ions to form a compound. So lattice energy is directly proportional to 1 by size. Sorry, lattice energy is inversely proportional to size. That means lattice energy is directly proportional to 1 by size, inverse of size. So when size increases, what happens? Size increases, lattice energy decreases. So what the question? The lowest lattice energy among the following. So in sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, which is the larger size, which have larger size? Cesium is larger in size, larger size. So which will have lower lattice energy? Cesium will have lower lattice energy. So the answer will be cesium chloride. Now fifth question, improper rotation axis contains reflection and refraction, rotation and reflection, inversion and refraction, center of symmetry and rotation. So improper rotation is represented as Sn. So this Sn is what? Rotation, then reflection. So B option is the right answer, rotation and reflection. Sixth question, which among the following state function is an extensive property of the system? Temperature, volume, viscosity, refractive index. So we have to find the state function which is an extensive property. So what is extensive and intensive property? Extensive property is the properties which are depend on the amount. So it depend on size or amount. And intensive property is does not depend on amount. So what are the examples of extensive properties? The volume. So extensive property examples, volume, then internal energy. Then intensive property examples are pressure, temperature, etc. So the question is, which among the following state function is an extensive property? So here temperature, volume, viscosity, refractive index is given. So volume is an extensive property which depends upon the amount. Now seventh question, the splitting of spectral lines in an electric field is Zeeman effect, photoelectric effect, Stark effect and Thomson effect. That we know, Stark effect. So Zeeman effect is splitting of spectral lines in magnetic field, and Stark effect is electric field. Question 8, it is a very simple question. Which is true about isobar? They have same mass number, same atomic number, same mass number, different atomic number, different mass number, same atomic number, different mass number, different atomic number. So isobar is same mass number and different atomic number. Same mass number and different atomic number. That's isobar. And isotope is volt. Isotope is same atomic number, different mass number. Question, CO2 is isostructural with H2O, NO2, H2S, C2H2. So CO2 structure is linear. O double bond, C double bond O. This is structure of CO2. So which of the following will have same structure like CO2? For H2O, the structure is a bent structure. H2O. Then for NO2 is also a bent structure. NO2. Then H2S. H2S is also a bent structure. Then comes C2H2. C2H2 is a linear structure. C2H2. So which of the following is isostructural? C2H2. So C2H2 is isostructural with CO2. Question, according to Wade's rule, C2B4H8 adopts closo, arachno, nido, hypo. So we have to find the structure using Wade's rule of carborane. So I already discussed the structure of carboranes. So I will give the link on description of that video. You can check out. So the question is C2B4H8. So we can substitute carbon BH twice, then B4H8. So B6H10. B6H10 is nido. So it is a nido structure. 11th question, which is more basic? Pyridine, pyrimidine, pyrrole and piperidine. So what is the structure of pyridine? One nitrogen atom which contain lone pair. So this lone pair is not free. It's will participate in the resonance. So the not free lone pair. Now pyrimidine, the structure of pyrimidine contain two nitrogen atom, a nitrogen and a bond. Then here also a resonance takes place, and one of the nitrogen will have a minus I effect, minus I inductive effect. So it is slightly basic, slightly basic. Inductive, minus I inductive effect means it will attract electrons towards that atom. In here the nitrogen have minus I effect, so the electrons will be attracted towards this nitrogen. And the third one is pyrrole. The structure of pyrrole is like this, NH, then two bonds are there. So here it is least basic. The pyrrole is least basic because lone pair is not available here. Here lone pair is not free. Now the last one, piperidine. So in piperidine, the structure is like this in H. So here the lone pairs are available. It is most basic. So the basicity condition is determined by seeing the substituents. If there is substituents, then you should look on the substituents. Otherwise, the availability of lone pairs. So more lone pair, more basic. So here piperidine is more basic. Question, chloropicrin is CH3NO2, CCl3NO2, CHCl3, none of these. CHCl3 is chloroform. Chloroform. And chloropicrin means definitely there will be a chlorine. C, N, double bond O, single bond O, then a chlorine, then Cl, Cl. So CCl3NO2, CCl3NO2, that is chloropicrin. 13th, which one of the following is a VAT dye? Alizarin, indigo, malachite green, Martius yellow. So indigo is a VAT dye. Now 14th question, Paterno-Bucci reaction is rearrangement of alpha-beta unstable ketone, photosensitization of butadiene, photochemical oxidation, cycloaddition of carbonyl compounds to alkene. So I discussed Paterno-Bucci reaction in a separate video, so you can check out that. So the answer is Paterno-Bucci reaction is cycloaddition of carbonyl compounds to alkene. So we will get a alkene in product. 15th question. An anti-redeposition agent in detergents is STPP, CMC, SDS, sodium perborate. So what is STPP? It is sodium tripolyphosphate. Sodium tripolyphosphate. Now CMC is carboxymethyl cellulose. Next one is SDS. It is sodium dodecyl. S means sulfate. Now sodium perborate. So the correct answer is CMC, carboxymethyl cellulose. Carboxymethyl cellulose is an anti-redeposition agent. So what is anti-redeposition? It is a compound which will prevent the resettling of dirt or soil in a cloth after washing. So when we wash with detergent, the soil or dirt will be removed, and anti-redeposition agent will prevent resettling of that soil or dirt into that cloth. So CMC, carboxymethylcellulose, is a good anti-redeposition agent in detergents. Now 16th question, para-azoxyanisole is an example of semiconductor, superconductor, liquid crystal, none of these. So para-azoxyanisole is an example for liquid crystal. So in solid state it is a white powder, but when we heat azoxyanisole, it is a liquid crystal. 17th question, which of the following will occur farthest downfield in 1H NMR spectrum? Benzene, ethine, dimethyl ether, formaldehyde. So what is downfield? Downfield means de-shielding. De-shielding. When in NMR proton spectroscopy, when a compound is de-shielded, it is called downfield. Then the de-shielding means what? Electron density will be lowered. Electron density is lowered. So in benzene, ethane, dimethyl ether, the structure we know in there is no substituent which will cause de-shielding. But in formaldehyde means HCHO. Here a CHO is there. So this will de-shield the proton. So de-shielding will occur in formaldehyde. So which of the following will occur farthest downfield in 1H NMR spectrum? So formaldehyde will have de-shielding more. It will have electron density lower in that proton. Now 18th question, 1 mole of sugar is dissolved in 3 moles of water. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. So what is relative lowering of vapor pressure? The relative means it is comparing. So the relative lowering of vapor pressure is delta P1 divided by P1 0. It means standard. So what is delta P1? Delta P1 is P10 into 1 minus chi1. Chi1 is mole fraction. So delta P1 means P10 into 1 minus chi1 divided by P10 will give you relative lowering vapor pressure. So this is cancelled. So 1 minus chi1. 1 minus chi1 is chi2. So chi2 is what? The mole fraction of second molecule. Second molecule is here sugar. 1 mole of sugar is dissolved in 3 moles of water. So 1 divided by 1 plus 3 will give you chi2. 1 means 1 mole of sugar divided by total number of moles. 1 plus 3. 3 for water and 1 for sugar. 1 plus 3. So 1 by 4. So the option is C. 1 by 4. 19th question, which one of the following solutions would produce maximum elevation in boiling point? 0.1 molar glucose, 0.2 molar sucrose, 0.1 molar barium nitrate and 0.1 molar magnesium sulfate. So the elevation in boiling point depends upon the number of ions. So greater the number of ions dissociated, greater will be the elevation in boiling point. So in glucose, sucrose and barium nitrate and magnesium sulfate, which have higher number of ions. So in barium nitrate, these are not decomposed into ions. Glucose and sucrose are not decomposed into ions. So let's see barium nitrate and magnesium sulfate. In barium nitrate, 1 Ba2 plus and NO3 minus, 2 NO3 minus. So 2 plus 1, 3 ions. In magnesium sulfate, what? Mg2 plus and SO4, 2 minus, 1, 1. 1 Mg2 plus, 1 Mg2 plus and 1 SO4, 2 minus. So here in C option, greater the number of ions, so greater will be the elevation in boiling point. Now 20th question, isotonic solutions have same freezing point, same boiling point, same viscosity, same osmotic pressure. So we know isotonic solutions have same osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure is denoted as pi. Pi is equal to CIRT. I is van der Waals index. So C is concentration, R is gas constant, T is temperature and pi is osmotic pressure.